All right, LDWMMAC, this is your boy, the Coach Live on the Coaches Show, Live. Okay, folks, I'm going to go ahead and talk about this fight, so forgive the background noise. I have a lot of mixed feelings about this particular fight. This is going to be a tough fight for Rose Namajunas. It's going to be an extremely tough fight. Miranda Maverick isn't a pushover. She's a very tough and durable opponent. I do believe Rose has the better skill set. I believe Miranda has better wrestling. I believe Rose has much better jiu-jitsu than Miranda. But overall, Rose is a 10 times better striker than Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick, she's probably average at best at striking. However, Miranda Maverick, she's a very cagey fighter. She's gutsy. She's gritty. And she's not afraid to get, dirty in that octagon. She's not. She's very doable. And she just keeps coming. She just keeps coming and coming and coming. And with an opponent like Miranda Maverick, you can't take lightly. You can't. Because if you go in there and Rose goes in there and if she takes Miranda lightly, she could end up losing the fight. The fight on paper is very winnable for Rose. It's winnable. But, and I say but, Miranda is a game opponent. I think she's on like a 5-fight win streak right now, like ridiculous. And she beat some girl named Jamie Lynn Horth or somebody, but somebody we don't really know a whole lot about. But she's got some notable wins, I don't know if y'all remember Miranda when she was in Invicta. I called the era that Miranda was in Invicta, that was the GOAT era. Because, they were doing that Phoenix tournament. And if y'all familiar with the Phoenix tournament, they had to fight. They had to fight, 4 or 5 different fighters to become the champion. And, y'all remember Tanisha Tennant did it, Miranda Maverick did it, and I can't remember who else did it, but that's some Iron Man stuff. Like, you have to fight all these opponents in one night. Like, it wasn't no training camp for all these opponents because you didn't know who the hell you were going to fight. Like, to me, Miranda came up in that era where you fought. I mean, she came up in that period of time where you had to fight. It was flight or fight. Like, they may have probably tried to prepare for all the people in the tournament, but there's no way that you can prepare for the multitude of opponents and give them the equal amount of time to prepare for them. You couldn't do it. Like, you had to literally get in that Phoenix tournament, and you just had to go fight. You had to make adjustments on the fly. And Miranda Maverick, she was able to do that and be victorious. So, this is a game opponent. I don't care how you slice it. I don't care if you tell me, well, the quality of opponents in Invicta wasn't that great. Well, she avenged her loss to Deanna Bennett. And I always thought Deanna Bennett in her prime was definitely, she was a game opponent. She's a very, very game opponent. She was a tough fight for anybody. And Deanna Bennett probably can still go in there and make a tough fight for anybody. Miranda Maverick got a victory over Pearl Gonzalez, and this one, Pearl Gonzalez was hot. Miranda shut that down. She's got some pretty good notable wins on her resume. Rose has fought against some of the best, and the 2 fights with Wheelie alone and Manon, Rose, to me, has had much tougher opposition than Miranda. But that's not diminishing what Miranda is able to do. I just think Rose got the better skill set. And if we see the Rose that came in there that was doing prayers when she was, facing off with Bojangles, if we see that Rose showing up to this fight, that Rose is invincible. The Rose that was praying in Bojangles' face, that's the Rose that's damn near invincible. Almost impossible to beat. This is not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, okay? That Rose that said a prayer standing right in front of Bojangles when Bojangles was doing all that boogie woman stuff, that Rose is a monster, okay? That Rose cannot be stopped. See, at fight night, it depends on what version of Rose you get. Like, you either get the really focused and dialed in and concentrated Rose, or you get the Rose that's a bit off, that's not as focused, not able to hone in on her skill set as good. That Rose. And I think Rose has been inactive for over a year. She went in and she fought a hard fight against Manon. And I attribute that to, her not being acclimated to the weight class. And, you got to remember, Rose, she was a damn strawweight, okay? She was a strawweight for 90% of her damn career. She was a strawweight. So you move up and you fight these women that are much bigger than you, that walk around bigger than you. You have to get used to the weight class. I think Rose now finally is acclimated to this weight class. And I think she's packed on enough muscle mass. She's packed on the size to actually go in there and be able to compete at this weight and be successful. Some key things. Rose, she can't begin to, want to get in these clinching battles with Miranda Maverick. Miranda Maverick is game for that. That's what she wants to do. She wants to clinch. She wants to try to, put you against the cage, and she want to maul you a little bit. That's what she want to do. Miranda wants to wrestle. She wants to fight to go to the ground immediately. She's not going to stand and trade. And I think once Miranda gets clipped a couple of times by Rose, she's going to make her mind up that, nope, I'm not standing with this girl. It's just not going to happen. And this fight's going to get to the ground very quickly. Now, when Rose gets to the ground, okay, Miranda, her wrestling is insane. Okay, this woman, her wrestling is insane. A lot of the trips that Miranda does, a lot of double underhooks. And if y'all ever seen Miranda, clasp a double underhook, like really get it, she's hard to control, because you look at Miranda, she's already a muscular girl already. And when she slaps on that double underhook, it's to me, it's a thing of beauty. Even I've seen Miranda have only one underhook and still control the person's posture against the cage. I've seen her do that. And then she'll take that head and she'll bury that head into the person's chest, and that person is almost immobile, like they can't do anything. Miranda Maverick brings that to the table. Okay, she's not afraid to take a couple of shots. Now, I have to err on the side of caution with Miranda. Taking really precise, and I'm talking about precise shots and accurate shots from Rose Namajunas, it's not a smart thing. Because Rose, she looks skinny as hell, but she do have enough power to knock you the hell out. She got enough power to do it. And especially if the woman kicks you in the head, you're pretty much going out. Rose got good stand-up. She's very patient with her stand-up. She's patient with her jabs and strikes. Rose is a very patient fighter when she's on the feet. Extremely patient, most of the time. Rose isn't going to get into a hand-to-hand fisticuff. Okay, she's not going to stand in the pocket and trade. That's not her style. Rose is very sneaky. She's very deceptive. And she is laser sharp. She's like a sniper. And she's going to snipe you. But see, Rose, there are no wasted movements with Rose. She's going to download information. She's going to figure out where the opening's at, and she's going to exploit those openings. Miranda Maverick has a lot of them. Miranda's defense is not that great. She don't have very good defense on the feet. And for me, the longer this fight remains on the feet, Miranda Maverick is subject to being knocked out. The longer the fight stays on the feet, Miranda's subject to being knocked out. Rose has to also be aware Miranda has a sneaky leg kick that she's been developing. And guys, you got to watch a few of her fights. Miranda has been working on that leg kick. But here's the thing, though. Miranda attempts a leg kick against Rose. Rose got leverage. Rose is a good counterpuncher, too. And I think Rose is going to see those openings, because Miranda, she's another fighter who drops her hands when she's throwing those leg kicks. She's another fighter that does that. And so, moreover, when she does that, she's wide open for a counter. And if you leave yourself open for a counter against Rose, she's going to see the counter, and she's going to exploit the counter. She's going to be able to hit you. Miranda can't be reckless. She can't be thinking head first, I got to get the takedown. Miranda's going to have to use a little bit of strategy. She's going to have to strategically get in on the inside of Rose Namajunas. She's going to have to. If she really, truly, wants to get the fight to the ground safely, she's got to use some strategy. She's going to have to move her damn head for a change. I mean, these are things that you have to do against a polished striker like Rose. You have to remember, the fight starts on the feet. It starts on the feet. And I've seen many of fighters try to come in head first for a takedown, and I've seen them get knocked out clean. And Miranda has to understand, this fight starts on the feet. It starts on the feet. and it can very well end on the ground. If we're not careful. If we're not careful. And I say that. I think this fight, to me, is Rose Namajunas' fight to lose. It's hers to lose. If she comes in with the right mindset, she should win this fight. If she comes in and if she's all over the place, and if she's just not, if her mental game is off, she'll lose the fight. Miranda will take home the decision. There's not going to be, I don't think there'll be a knockout. I don't think there'll be a stoppage. I don't I don't think Miranda has the jiu-jitsu awareness to submit Rose. Rose is very good at submission defense. I hadn't seen Miranda put in a lot of submission attempts. I hadn't seen her put in that to really say I can be an accurate judge of her submission defense. Miranda has good jiu-jitsu. It's good. I think Rose is a lot better. And in fact, I think Rose does a lot better when she's chaining, when she's trying to go from one submission to another. Rose is very good at chaining things together. Miranda, to me, isn't as good as chaining those things together. Like, if Rose realizes, hey, I don't have this, I don't think I can pull this off, Rose can immediately transition into another submission attempt. Like, Rose is very good at transitioning from an arm bar to a rear naked toe. She's able to do that, and she's able to do it clean and effective. Miranda, I don't see a lot of evidence that she's able to chain those submissions like Rose is able to do it. And see, that can be a problem. See, when you get the fight to the ground, what are you going to do? Okay? Rose is very comfortable on her back as well. You know, she's comfortable. She's very comfortable. So this is a fight. It's going to be a strategic chess match. It's going to be a striker / well-rounded fighter versus a gritty, gutsy, determined wrestler, grappler. Okay? That's what kind of fight we have on our hands here, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't going to be some blowout. Rose Namajunas has a fight on her hands. And you know, I'm a fan of Rose, but I'm looking at this, and I can see, as well as anybody, I can see that this fight is going to be very tough. Knocking out Miranda Maverick, that's not going to be easy. Okay? Submitting Miranda Maverick, that's not going to be easy at all. That's going to be hard. See, I'm speaking about it like, okay, Rose got all these skills, and trust me, she does. But actually making Miranda submit, making her quit, it's not going to happen. That girl don't have quit in her. Miranda Maverick probably will go to sleep before she taps out to an RNC. That's just my opinion. You guys tell me what you think about this breakdown. Oh, and another thing. Rose Namajunas is very good at distance management. She's very good at that. She knows how to fight at range. Miranda does not know how to do that. Miranda don't know what to do with a jab. I mean, it's like, damn, all the training and sparring you do, and you would think Miranda would have developed a decent jab by now, but hell no. And Rose is gonna pick her apart. She's gonna eat Miranda up with that jab. And I don't even know what Miranda is gonna be able to do, how she gonna respond, because in the past, she don't respond very well to jabs. She don't respond that well to them. So, I don't know, y'all. We're gonna have to see, but this fight is 60-40 in favor of Rose Namajunas.